But I think, him knowing the caliber of fighter that I am is going to push him to
rise him to the occasion.
Yeah. So I'm looking to fight the best Canelo Alvarez there is.
No, bro, I know Crawford, and he's different. And see, the only thing different here is Canelo is not a bigger guy at that weight. It's not like he's standing 6'1", 6'2" like before.
There's a different style. They're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare.
Crawford, but it's a crazy fight. It's too much. It's too much fun for Crawford. I know he can do it for the money.
Terence Crawford didn't hold back when speaking on Canelo Alvarez. He questioned whether the legendary Mexican warrior was still the same force he once was. In a recent exchange, Crawford brought up the loss to Dimitri Bivol, not as a jab, but as a turning point, a moment where something changed. He noted how Canelo's recent performances lacked the fire that once defined him. It wasn't just criticism, it was a challenge. A call-out that set the tone for a clash no one saw coming.
I wouldn't say that. I just feel like, it just takes certain fighters to motivate other fighters. Like you waking up the sleeping giant. The fights that he's been fighting, he's just like, these guys, Well, but I think, him knowing the caliber of fighter that I am is going to push him to
rise him to the occasion.
Yeah. So I'm looking to fight the best Canelo Alvarez.
To Crawford, Bivol's win over Canelo wasn't just a decision, it was a statement. He saw it as a beating that peeled back the layers of a once invincible champion, revealing cracks no one expected. The message was clear: if Bivol could dominate Canelo at that weight, imagine the damage he could unleash by moving up.
Like I'm about to conquer the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think you'd have gotten at super middleweight with a Cobra. You're in my division now. You're in my division now.
Man, listen, I'd have beat you too.
Yeah.
Oh.
How would you have done it though?
It'd have been tough, man, because you tall, rangy. That'd have been tough.
Tough fight.
Yeah, that'd have been tough.
I'll take that. Respect that.
That'd have been real tough.
But not everyone's buying what Crawford's selling. Rising British middleweight Hamza Shiraz sees things differently. In his eyes, Canelo still has the edge. He points to the massive leap in weight, reminding everyone that Crawford would be stepping into unfamiliar territory, far from his natural class. Skill can carry a fighter only so far, Shiraz argues, but when power and physicality come into play, it's a different game. He respects Crawford's talent, how could you not? But believes that if this fight happens at super middleweight, it's Canelo who'll be walking out with his hand raised.
My kind of perspective on that fight is, I feel like number one, there's a weight class for reasons, and if we're basing it off their last performances, Canelo had the better performance, I believe, even though he had a negative fight in front of him. And I feel like Crawford struggled a little bit with Madrimov's physicality. It was very physical, and I feel like he struggled a little bit with it. And then you got to remember, Canelo's a big dude. He's a big dude. He's strong. He knows how to use his size. But then at the same time, at that level, you can't write off fighters like Crawford because he's so skillful. So him going up 2 weights, he could defy the odds because he's a generational great. But if I had to kind of put my money on it, I'd put my money on Canelo Alvarez to win via a stop.
David Morrell painted a picture of Terence Crawford as a brilliant, dangerous tactician, but one who might be reaching too far in chasing a showdown with Canelo Alvarez. While he praised Crawford's razor-sharp skills and elite boxing IQ, Morrell didn't shy away from reality. Canelo is a beast, no matter who stands across from him. He suggested that this fight feels more driven by payday potential than true boxing logic. And though he respects everything Crawford brings to the ring, Morrell questioned whether that would be enough. At super middleweight, Canelo's raw power and physical dominance might simply be too much to handle.
It's it's a crazy fight. You know, it's too much. It's too much pound for Crawford. I mean, I know him do it for the money, but it's too much. It's too much pound for Crawford. And Canelo is not easy. Canelo is stronger. It's difficult. It's difficult for Crawford to win this fight or to stay the win the 12th round. So, you know, I'll say 60-40 for Canelo.
With voices from every corner of the boxing world weighing in, one thing's become clear. Crawford versus Canelo isn't just fantasy anymore. It's a real possibility, and the spotlight is already burning bright. The contrast in styles, the jump in weight, and the clash of two massive personalities make this more than a fight. It's shaping up to be one of boxing's most electrifying showdowns in years.
When that fight's going to take place, but you know, it's obvious, I think, that both men want to make sure they don't cede the high ground in terms of the psychological battle. I mean, even Canelo, Crawford, you know, has kind of gotten under his skin enough so that we see that side of Canelo, which comes out every once in a while, where he's more rambunctious and maybe hostile. But it was, you know, the thing about this event is, as the promotional stuff goes on, you know, I think we're going to see more and more of that kind of psychological sparring.
Antonio Tarver knows power. He lived it in the ring. And while he respects Canelo's punch at 168, he sees something different in Crawford. A rare mix of skill, grit, and mental toughness. In Tarver's eyes, Crawford isn't just surviving that power. He's built to handle it.
Well, bro, I know Crawford, and he's different. And see, the only thing different here is Canelo is not a bigger guy at that weight. It's not like he's standing 6'1", 6'2" like Mabal or one of those guys. So on fight night, the size is not going to be the main thing, the most important thing. It's going to be skill set. And both of them coming with their skill set. But what I haven't seen lately is the opponents that Canelo is facing. Those guys aren't going to get him ready for a guy like Crawford. So Canelo is going to have to go back to that grinding, turn back hands at times.
Even the legendary voice of the ring, Michael Buffer, weighed in on the possible showdown. He didn't pick a side. He didn't have to. Instead, Buffer called it razor close, a fight too tight to call. His words echoed a growing sentiment throughout the boxing world. Crawford might just have what it takes to rise in weight and still compete at the highest level. When seasoned insiders hesitate to pick a winner, you know it's special. Different weight classes or not, this dream matchup feels more evenly matched than anyone expected.
Because he showed up like he did against Skull. He showed up like he did against Benavidez, not Benavidez, but Berlanga. And the other guy, what's the other guy name? Munguia. Bro, those guys, he didn't have enough activity. The last time I saw Canelo that would beat this Crawford was playing. Now that Canelo come, cutting the ring off, throwing combination to the head and to the body, active, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. And I still think I give Crawford a chance even then. So that's what type of talent I think Crawford is. He's definitely gonna have to get used to that power.
When asked about Canelo's bold claim that Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao didn't dive into comparisons, but his reaction said plenty. The Filipino legend seemed genuinely surprised. Canelo's words struck a nerve, especially given his history with Mayweather, who handed him one of the most lopsided defeats of his career. The boxing world buzzed with disbelief. For many, Canelo's comment wasn't just unexpected. It felt like a personal swipe at one of boxing's most untouchable legacies.
Michael, it's not a big fight unless you're announcing it. Canelo versus Crawford. How do you see that one going?
I think it's going to be a close, interesting fight.
Right.
I think it's going to be a tough fight.
And what do you think about Dana White promoting it? Do you think
he's only proven himself to be one of the greatest promoters in the history of sport? So he's good for a good deal.
He's good for boxing.
Oh, yeah, he don't know what to do.
Because some people like De La Hoya have been a little critical of him. I mean, he has the Michael Lever for sure. You're the man. Thank you.
Pacquiao's reaction only added fuel to the fire, hinting that maybe, just maybe, Canelo's bold praise of Crawford was more than admiration. Some saw it as a subtle jab at Mayweather, a chance to reshape the narrative, or even lay the groundwork for a massive future showdown. Then came David Benavidez, a true force in the super middleweight division, who didn't hold back. He admitted he wouldn't be shocked if Crawford pulled off the upset. Sure, Canelo has the size, the resume, and the experience at 168, but Crawford's fluid technique and ability to adapt are rare, even in elite circles. And that endorsement means something. Coming from a warrior who's battled the best in the division, Benavidez' support hints at a shifting tide, one where Crawford is no longer the underdog but a real threat in any weight class.
Crawford what? Better than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo said that.
Crawford can be the... No, Crawford said Canelo. Canelo said Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think? What's your assessment? It's a different style. They're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare yourself to others.
The stage is set, the tension's thick, and the voices, from legends to rising stars, are all weighing in. Crawford versus Canelo isn't just a fight, it's a moment. A clash of power and precision, youth and mileage, legacy and ambition. Some call it a dream matchup. Others see it as a step too far. But one thing's certain, this isn't just about belts, it's about pride, identity, and rewriting history. So ask yourself, will strength prevail, or will skill shake the world again? The bell hasn't rung yet, but the story's already begun. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you're riding with the hype, and hit subscribe, because this fight talk is just getting started.